Kazakh show. I'm the Trev. It's too sweet. I guess I owe you a prediction video. It's not easy. This one is not easy. But let's talk about it. So after some very, very entertaining hockey the last month or so, we're finally getting down to the finals. And are you having as much trouble trying to pick a winner as I am? No matter what avenue I explore, no matter what thought I decide to give this one isn't easy to pick at all. But let's have a brief reminder of how we got here. We'll start out west, where Colorado swept Nashville in 4 straight, outscoring them 21-9 in 4 games. That's impressive. After a long rest up, they beat St. Louis in 6, outscoring them 22-18. So a little bit more offense, but that was expected out of St. Louis. And then after dispatching of the Blues, they managed to pick up against the Edmonton Oilers, sweeping them in 4 straight. I still laugh at that, actually. In the process, outscoring Edmonton 22-13. In 14 playoff games, they've outscored their opposition 65-40. So definitely not shy about scoring goals when they want to score goals. And depending on the right game, they're scoring in buckets. I mean, they've not been shy of scoring 5, 6, 7, or 8 goals in one game. Your point leaders: 1, 2, 3, Makar, McKinnon, and Rantanen. 22, 18, and 17 points respectively. To round out your top 5, Landeskog and Kadri. Keep in mind, Kadri has played 1 fewer game, but Landeskog has 17, Kadri has 14 points. That's your top 5. But the rest of the team can't be ignored. I mean, for guys like Eric Johnson, who's really, really keeping a solid D-line down, with Josh Manson, who was a great pickup at the trade deadline, to Devon Taves, Bowen Byram, Lehkonen, who's going to his 2nd straight Stanley Cup final, going last year with Montreal. For Nikushkin, whose career was dead in the water about a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago. The goaltending's been solid. It hasn't been one solid starter. Kemper is 6-2, and Francouz in relief is 6-0. So the goaltending is pretty leveled out, and it's one of those things. Is it still a question mark? Cue the segue. For the guys like Kadri and Cogliano and Kemper, they haven't officially been ruled out, but are they still going to be good to go? I mean, keep in mind, Kemper's dealing with whatever he's dealing with. Kadri and Cogliano both have had surgeries. Same hand, different fingers. So are they going to be good to go? And if so, what kind of an X factor can Kadri still be, playing with 9 digits? I mean, at this point, even though he sits 5th in team scoring right now, I don't think he needs to play the pest mode as much as he needs to play just offense. But it is Kadri, and he plays like Kadri does for a reason, so let's not rule that out if he's still good to go. It's a great time to be an Avalanche fan, I'll say that much. I've never seen my wife happier. But then there's the flip side of the coin. It's a brief refresher on how Tampa got here. They beat Toronto in 7, despite being outscored 24-23. And that would be the only time they've been outscored this entire playoff run. But, kept Toronto's streak alive. Another first-round exit. And then with no rest for the wicked, they beat the President's Trophy champs in 4 straight, outscoring them 13-3. And that has to be their key. Florida was able to pick up and score goals at any given chance they wanted to, and they were shut down to 3 goals in 4 games. Scary. And then despite starting off the series 0-2, they managed to take out the Rangers in 6 games, outscoring them 16-14. So just barely. So that translates roughly to 18 games played. They've outscored their opposition 52-41. So definitely not as far apart as far as goals for and goals against like Colorado is. But they're still managing to win. And that's the name of the game of the playoffs, is to win. Your points leaders, as far as Tampa's concerned, Kucherov, Palat, and Stamkos are your 1, 2, 3, with 17 games played, 23, 16, and 15 points respectively. To round up your top 5, you got Hedman and Colton with 14 and 8 points. So the points aren't as spread apart as Colorado is either, but you still got a solid top 5. And then there's their biggest chip of all, that being Vasilevsky, and he does Vasilevsky things when he's playing in net for Tampa Bay. He still does, after all this time. And as far as other names on their roster, I mean, it's a lot of pieces are still the same from the last 2 runs. He's still got Patrick Maroon, who's going for his 4th straight cup. You've got Corey Perry, who's going to his 3rd straight cup finals after going in 2020 with Dallas and 2021 with Montreal. Alex Killorn, who has just been the staple that he is when he's playing for Tampa. You've got Sergachev, who's coming in clutch, almost more clutch than he needs to go. To your Belmars, to your Bogosians, it's still Tampa Bay. But here's the question mark. Is Braden Point going to be good to go? Now, everything I've been hearing, everything I've been reading says he's been skating. So that's a sign. But skating is not game ready. He's a good piece when he's on the team. And so far they've been managing to get by without him, which is good for Tampa. But when he's on, he's on. Let's go over some more pluses and minuses. This is what makes it hard. For every one thing one team has, the other team has something to match, or at least to answer. Like, you can't say they're one-sided as far as sharpshooters or playmakers or your defense. I mean, goaltending in my mind is where Colorado lives and dies. Vasilevsky is Vasilevsky. That's never going to change. But for every sharpshooter Colorado has, Tampa can match. For solid defense that Tampa has, Colorado can match. It's really hard to sit here and pick one winner. It really is. And this is where I'm having the struggle. In my mind, I'm saying Tampa. In my heart, and because there is a gun to my head, they're saying wrong answer. Like, this is probably the closest a cup final has been in a very, very long time. And it's really hard to pick a winner. But either way, I don't mind taking a loss if I say one and the other one wins. I'm actually hoping for that, because here's my prediction. I'm picking Tampa in 6, but I'm freely saying I'm hoping I'm wrong. I think it's more for the novelty of seeing a three-peat. I mean, in my lifetime, I haven't seen, but I've been alive for the end of 4 in a row, a complete 4 in a row, and a dynasty after that. So a lot of it is just the novelty of seeing somebody win it more than twice in a row, maybe actually starting a dynasty. But at the same time, as I've said time and time again, if this isn't Colorado's year, then when is it? Because they've been built like this, on the precipice for a deep cup run for years. And even Stamkos was saying in the post-game interview after Game 6, They've been training for a team like Colorado for the past 3 years. So everybody, including opponents, have wanted to see this series, and we're lucky to get this for a cup final. But, as I've said, I'll gladly take the L. I hope I'm wrong, but I'm still saying Tampa in 6. It's hard not to go against the back-to-back, looking for a three-peat Stanley Cup Champs. We'll see. This is another one of Trev's hockey shows. I want to thank you for tuning in. Don't think I don't appreciate the fact that you're here. If you've made it this far, if you have, that's awesome. Just give me a like. I think I've earned it. While you're at it, if you haven't already, that red button that says subscribe, you know what I keep telling you, you know what it does. Hit it up. Socials, in the description down below. Let's move forward. I got one more prediction video for you, and it's another award prediction. So having said that, you should know where I'm going. But either way, in the meantime, in between time, be looking for more videos from Trev. Data.